Cardano has a lot going for it, and a question people often wonder is when the price is going to be $10, $20, $30. Truth is, no one really knows when these prices are going to be met. And today, I'm going to outline some of the major ideas and objectives that will put Cardano on track to make itself worth over $1 trillion in market capitalization, which works out to about $32 per Cardano or ADA. First thing to note is that Cardano is built on some very strong fundamentals, ones that don't bend to greedy venture capitalists and aren't all about people profiting and just their own self-interest. There's more to it than that, and the fundamentals that put its users' assets outside of reach from anyone but themselves if they so choose. That is kind of what we're going for here. Being one of the most decentralized layer 1 blockchains in the space, Cardano has a lot going for it, especially from a fundamental point of view. But even with strong fundamentals, there is a need to build something more on top of those fundamentals in order to reach more people outside of the current cryptocurrency echo chamber and not just have people coming in constantly thinking Cardano is going to go to the moon. That's the only reason they're here. Many people aren't going to just get into Cardano to get into Cardano. Most people aren't, as a matter of fact. But if there was something that people could come to crypto now with ideas other than profit and real world applications that they just want to use on Cardano, that is the dream. However, I don't think it has to remain just a dream. Changing this narrative is the path that I believe will lead to a new wave of adoption, that buzzword we all know and love. And more importantly, it will make it so people don't need to be sold on using Cardano just to use Cardano because it's next-gen technology. People should ultimately end up using something because it benefits their life or because it's a service that offers something they can't get anywhere else. And I do believe Cardano has the ability to offer that on applications utilizing the technology we have here to its fullest potential. And right now I even have some dApps in mind that are kind of leading towards this narrative. But before we get there, I want to put it in very simplified terms. Cardano's path to $1 trillion valuation is based on having products built on top of it that make users actually want to use it because it helps them and not just because it makes them rich. Which ironically enough is probably the reason you're here, to make money. Yeah. But don't worry, you aren't alone there, and there are going to be new people, and you might even transform yourself into someone who isn't just about the investment, but sees a lot more of Cardano and what it can bring to the world. Now, I'm very aware that the path I'm proposing is pretty broad. And how do we actually accomplish this? Are there any projects working on this level? And why do these things have to be built on Cardano? To me, it seems the first step is not just to onboard new users, but expand the developer tooling so that these types of magical products we're all dreaming about can be easily accessibly built by people who are new to Cardano. Tooling for other blockchains like Ethereum is much more diverse and intense. There's a lot of videos on it, and I even myself could go and follow some of those to build some pretty interesting tools and things on Ethereum. With Cardano, we don't quite have that yet. It is in its infancy for smart contracts, but a lot of what going forward is going to be for making better products on Cardano is making better developer tooling. Cardano doesn't really have the luxury of being able to YouTube how to do something, especially as a developer, yet, but there is a constant development that hasn't stopped thousands of dApps from building, so it's not the ghost town that most people think it is. But the need for more developer tooling is pretty simple. The more people comfortable building on Cardano, the better. Cardano already attracts a lot of technical people by nature with its strong fundamentals and a basis in a high level of decentralization and inclusive accountability. But many people hold back because it's immensely easier to build on a dApp for Ethereum rather than to learn something new with limited resources to help them create what they want to build here on Cardano. Now, I don't have a super in-depth way to see how all of this could be done. This is just a kind of vague roadmap to how we're going to get to $32. But I do want to play an active part in it. Maybe in another write-up, but today is mainly about bringing attention to the road for $1 trillion market cap or $32 Cardano, so people have an idea that the big numbers will take considerable growth in this sector specifically to see everyday people using Cardano, whether they know it or not. There are already some projects, however, that have started the work with the idea of making something to the caliber that will bring users outside of crypto because of the benefits they can offer to everyday people and other people in said industries. DIDs, SIDs, book platforms, unbiased lending and borrowing, and soon to be much more products developed on Cardano that help the greater ecosystem of society. Projects that utilize blockchain functionality and Cardano's unique model to give that experience to users where they're just using a product that they enjoy are far and few in between at the moment because of a lacking developer tooling. At the moment, most people, developers and users alike, also can't quite get involved without a major learning curve. These things have solutions and people are actually working on them as we speak. Myself included, I'm constantly thinking about how we can move this forward, how I can help, how you could help, but there's no blanket that covers each individual problem. As more products launch on Cardano with the aims of bridging the gap between this will make you money and this is useful in your everyday life, we will start to see many solutions arise. To be honest, from a user standpoint, it doesn't matter which blockchain the application is built on, or at least that's how people using products that benefit their day-to-day life look at it. They don't care. This makes another great reason for bridging the developer gap to Cardano, and in my eyes, even focusing more on giving people building blocks who understand the reasons why Cardano's fundamentals make it an amazing sandbox to work on compared to other blockchains, and enabling them to build the things they want to build here on Cardano. I also want to note that there are some examples out there already where Cardano dApps have enabled themselves with Cardano's tech and specifically only being able to do so on Cardano, and we're going to see a lot more of that going forward, and the possibilities of what Cardano can do over other blockchains is limitless in the sense that no one's ever done this model before and enabled smart contracts on it. The path to $1 trillion market cap of Cardano, or $32 per ADA, sounds amazing, and it is possible, but talking about price all day likely won't make for a great utility in anyone's day-to-day life. If you have any suggestions for adding to this path of expanding tooling for developers or ideas on products you think could be built on Cardano to make a real difference in people's lives, then feel free to comment down below and expand the discussion, or check out the tweet linked in my description and reply there. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been your friend Jack. I'll see you at $32. Peace out.